Hello, all you hardcore boxing fans out there. How are you doing? It's Russ here from Poker's Corner, the biggest gob in sport. I say the things on here that nobody dare say. People want to say it, but they don't, do they? Because they lose bladder control. That's what happens. They get to these press conferences and these gyms and they lose their arseholes. Right, here we go. Let's get stuck in. No messing about. The curious case of John Coffey. Well, it is curious, isn't it? I mean, what do they do with him now? Do they give him a bucket of Lego and some jelly babies and tell him to go play in front room? Or do they start cracking whip and asking him if he's going to grow some minerals? Let's have it right. There's a few questions that need to be asked here. I'm just going to ask a few here. Is John Coffey a quitter? Well, you'd say yeah, wouldn't you? He quit in Joyce fight. He quit in Usyk 1 and he quit in Usyk 2. That's it. If you want to get technical about it, he were about to quit in the Kevin Lorena fight. We all know what happened there, don't we? The bell went, didn't it? Very early to save him when he were down. So people have gone into bat for him. People have gone in to do PR jobs on him to paper over the cracks. We can't hide the fact any longer, and neither can the media. John Coffey, aka Daniel Dubois, aka the Big Stiff, is a serial quitter. I agree with B-side Bellew that John Coffey is a serial quitter. He is. Now, Bricktop can call Bellew a hater, he can call me one. I don't care. If it were anybody else from any other country, we'd all be saying the same thing. But because it's a Bricktop fighter, nobody dares say anything. Now, has anybody seen the interview with AD Alapido and Gabriel Agbon-Lahore, that ex-Villa striker, on Talksport with Bricktop? Two times Bricktop loses his rag and then it's bleeped out, and it they took it out, the interview. That's how much power this man's got over the big media guys. They daren't put anything out that shows him in a bad light. They daren't. And this is what we're up against here now in the sport of boxing. They can't control the narrative any longer with John Coffey. He's a flat track bully, a serial quitter. Once he gets it put on him, that's it. His minerals fall out, don't they? His arsehole drops. He loses bladder control and swallows it. The bottom line. So is he a quitter? Yeah, he's quit 3 times. They mind all that. Well, he had a smashed eye socket in Joyce fight. He didn't know it was smashed in. He didn't know that. He never had a mirror. He didn't know that. He quit off a jab with Usyk. And this time, well, we've just seen what happened there. He could have got up at 5. So there you go. Serial quitter, but nobody wants to mention it, do they, media? Can he punch hard? Yes, he can punch hard. So could Ernie Shavers. He want a world champion. Dubois already been a world champion, hasn't he, by default? He's had a regular belt by default, and he's had an IBF by default. He is a former paper champion. That's the bottom line. Is he a mover in the ring? No, he's not a mover. He's a big stiff. That's the bottom line. Do I see the AJ rematch happening? Well, if I couldn't before other night, I could. It's a bit better for it to happen now, isn't it? So, but I'd probably say no. Terry says yes. I say no. It doesn't happen this year. Uh, could I see him fighting the Lazy Rhino? Well, yeah, why not? He's got to be brought back anyway, a knockover, and the Lazy Rhino will take that fight in a heartbeat, wouldn't he? For the money, he'd blast himself off straight away for that. Is Don Charles a good fix for Daniel Porky? No, he isn't. He's too weak. He's too weak. Don Charles is very weak. He's just happy to be at the pantomime, isn't he? Don Charles, very weak. I mean, Chisora sacked him 6 times. He went running back 6 times. So the man's a brass, isn't he? So no, I don't think Don Charles is a good fix. Don Charles has already been sacked anyway, so he's gone. How can we put John Coffey back together again? Because he's like Humpty Dumpty, isn't he? You know what I mean? How can we do it? Well, in my opinion, there's got to be somebody in charge of the whole team, on it, and not the stupid dad, in it, Stan the man or Dave the man, whatever they want to call him, however many names he's got. This is how I look at it. You get rid of the dad and you get somebody in charge of his career who can tell him where he needs to be going here, there, and everywhere. So you'd say the favourite to take over now would be boxer size Ben Davidson. He's the go-to guy for Bricktop, isn't he? You know? So it is what it is. But like I said earlier in the video, Kevin Lorena had him all over the place, didn't he? Bell got rung early in that fight. We know it goes on, so there you go. I mean, how many times has he been to the floor now? How many did Lorena had him down several times, didn't he? Usyk had him down several times in 2 fights. You know. So he's hit the deck before, and Joyce had him down a couple of times. So what's that? 3, 4, 5, 9 times. It's been down 9 times. You know, Joshua's been down, 10? Fury 8. These are supposed to be cream at crop. They've hit the deck legally 27 times, but I think it should be about 28, 29, shouldn't it? But they've been down 27 times. So Fury's trained by Brits. Joshua is. Dubois is. They've all had various trainers, but whoever's trained all 3 of them fighters, they've all been down, haven't they, at some point? You know what I mean? So maybe there's a problem with the British coaching. That remains to be seen. But I'd like to see Rhino against Coffey at the Copper Box at Christmas in a Bricktop Christmas bonanza, or an Eddie Hills Christmas cracker at York Hall. Probably will be the way Eddie's going at the moment. He's not having much luck, is he? But they've got to be very careful now who they match with John Coffey, because if he's not been eating his cornbread, he's going to end up on Button Moon. So, what do I think about the house party that he had? Well, nobody said a dicky bird, did they, when he had one before he fought Joshua? So nobody said a word. Now all of a sudden, because he's been flogged, they're blaming house party, but who cares? They're not breaking any laws, are they? It's not ideal preparation, though, is it? So, way I see it is this: you lost every round in the first fight, and you lost everyone in the second fight. So, there you go. He was never going to win a round at first fight. So, what had changed? Oh, he beat Miller, Ergovic, and Joshua. So now he's ready for Usyk. Do me a favour. So all Bricktop's fake news from his YouTubers, all propaganda, orchestrated questions from these lickers from the liquor squad that have got no morals, a brass neck on them. I mean, I'd just like to get that 38 minutes back in my life, listening to Kugan Cassius interviewing Dylan White. Oh my God. Dylan White, Mr. Dylan White. Hey, Kugan there saying, you wouldn't have took this fight if you didn't think you could beat him. Well, obviously, he knows he can beat him. That's his mindset, isn't it, Kugan? But whether he can do it or not, it's up to him. But of course, he's going to take a fight of that magnitude for that money, thinking he can beat Atoma. But he can't beat a Toma Dylan White. He's target practice. Absolute target practice. So Bricktop and Tony Bellew, they've got some intense beef over Bellew saying Dubois a quitter. I'm going to back Bellew on this. So Bricktop, if you got any beef, take it up with me, Bricktop. Don't set me on, do you? So it's a PR job from Bricktop now. Damage limitation. If they lose on points, to blame the judges. If they get knocked out, they say, well, I've got to speak to Daniel. I can't comment yet till I speak to him. A lot of things happen, this and that. Damage limitation. But nobody's saying to Frank Warren, Frank, do you believe Daniel Dubois quit? Yes or no? Nobody's asking the question, are they? Frotcher's give his opinion, but whether he'd ask that to Bricktop, I don't know, because he's part of Liquor Squad now, isn't he? Which is a shame, because he goes off on tangents, giving opinions on his channel, but he doesn't show the same energy when he's with that person. So let's see the Cobra get an interview with John Coffey and say to him, I think you quit. Or get an interview with Bricktop and say, your fighter quit, Bricktop. Let's see that same energy. All right. Let's see that same energy about national anthem, about Turkey. We didn't see that one we saw you with Turkey, did we, Cobra? Or Ben Whittaker, the Quittaker, original Quittaker. We didn't see that same energy there when he quit in Liam Cameron fight. We didn't see that same energy with Crusher regarding drug testing failures, did we? Always saw you asking what's your favourite tattoo, Crusher? We don't see that same energy regarding Joshua, do we? Hey, and Eddie Hills, because they're not going to give you an interview. But it is what it is. We just tell it straight on here. But I don't want to hear anything about, oh, you had a house party before the fight. You're going to have to come up with something better than that. It's just diffusing the situation. Dubois quit and nobody wants to talk about it. You've just seen what Bricktop's done to those lads on TalkSport, haven't you? And they've had all the footage messed about with and chopped and edited and all that. That's what happens. They don't want it in the public domain that they're back to quitter. It is what it is. So what can you do? But TalkSport, yet again, what a letdown. Absolute, what a letdown they are. Absolute letdown. Bricktop's an even bigger letdown as well, isn't it? Going on about Fury and Usyk trilogy. Who in the right mind wants to see a Fury Usyk trilogy? Nobody wants to see it, Bricktop. Nobody wants to see that at all. Nobody wants to see it. So that's where we're at. So, okie dokie. So I think what we'll do now, I'm just going to go through these top 20 fighters, heavyweights, and give you my opinion on where we're at. Where we are at. Right, top 20 guys in the world. Usyk number 1. Where's number 2? Would you say Caballel? Would you put Dubois at number 3? Parker 4, Wardley 5, Okolie 6, Joshua 7, Fury 8. I mean, this is BoxRec, this. Murat Gassiev 9, Michael Hunter 10. How's he 10? Martin Bakole 11, Effie Ajagba 12, Dylan White 13. How's Dylan White number 13? Well, Derek Chisora 14. He's 42, next birthday in a few weeks. Papin 15, Ergovic 16, Torres Jr. 17, Richard Rakporter 18, Pulev 19. He's got hardware, a regular belt. Zhang 20. That's your top 20. Jared Anderson 21, Ruiz 22, Hooney 23, Sanchez 24, Jalaloff 25. And then after that, you've got the unfortunate ones, aren't you? From 26 onwards. So it is what it is. But any one of them lot can beat Daniel Dubois. But if you go below from 20, I mean, would Daniel Dubois beat any of these guys? Or would it be tough fights for him? Joe Joyce, Nelson Heiser, Jarrell Miller, he's already beat him though. Kevin Lorraine, who is beating Moses Atoma. They're not putting him in with him. David Adelaide. That's a good fight, isn't it? David Adelaide against Daniel Dubois. That's a crossroads fight. Crossroads fight if Ergovic does Adelaide. And then we've got Prenga. Then we've got Zoxhay, Vianello, Tony Yoka, Makhmudov, Yui Fury ranked at 37. He's out of action, Yui. Waiting for his man strength. Stephen Shaw, 38. Wilder, 39. Aheo, 40. It's Big Freeze, 41. Fraser Clark. Kanaiba, 42. Goodall, 43. Berrieri, 44. Piro, 45. Lundqvist, 46. Walling, 47. Hovhan Hassanya, 48. Dykov, 49. And Alivi, 50. There you go. So it's a bit pony after about 40, isn't it? But after it's Big Freeze. Big Freeze is 41. After him, I don't know any of them. Or Walling, but look, they could put Daniel Dubois in with anybody and he still get beat. If you put it on Dubois, he don't want to know. He looks for a way out. If Dave Allen got his head into some serious shape and actually had an output of punches, because he's got a good chin, he could really put it on Dubois, I think. I mean, never fit. Never fit. He'd just turn up and say, "Oh, I've had a great camp with Jamie Moore and the fireman Sam. I've had a great camp," and then just not throw any punches and get all busted up in round 8 or something, and then say, "Well, camp wants so good and could have done things a bit better and all that." But no problem, fans. I've already been paid, so you're all mugs yet again. And that's where we're at. So, okie dokie. Thanks for liking and subscribing and leaving a comment. Don't forget to click on the link in the pinned comment at the top of the comment section, pinned by me. Have a click on that. Let me know what you think at website. Pop, pop, bang. Thanks for sharing videos and subscribing and whatnot. No, peace out.